Sure. So, good afternoon. I hope everyone is having a great weekend. So, yeah, welcome to my talk. My talk will be a bit different. It'll not be a technical topic per se, but then today I'm here to uh, talk about my journey, about my experience as to how and why I chose to be a UI dev. So, yeah, I'm Priyanka and I'm a front end engineer at Disor Systems. You can find me at underscore Priyanka underscore 19 on Twitter and underscore Priyanka on Instagram. So, yeah, let's start. So, I'll start my journey. So, since I am a person who comes from a non coding background, I come from a biotech background and I did my graduation from VIT University. And post my graduation, I started getting offers, which were mostly from pharmaceutical companies. But by then, I did not feel like, is there something which I really want to do? I did not feel that interest. So, and of course, I was not even excited to join. So, yeah, and at the same time, it was back in 2016, when my brother, who was working at Flipkart, and he was at that time probably he was working on building his first Flipkart PWA, which is Flipkart Lite. So I used to see his work, and I was excited, and I really wanted to work like him. But then yeah, I was confused, and I thought that I knew that I of course I do not have the required skills or the experience to do whatever he was doing that time. But yes, I was determined, and I don't know, out of front end was something which instantly brought that interest to learn more and to explore more in that field. So yes, at that point in time, I actually went on to my brother and I just asked him that, what is that thing which made you to choose front end engineering? So he told me two things. I still remember that thing. So he told me the first thing is that in front end, you very closely work with the users, and of course your work is directly consumed by the users. And the second thing which he told me is that you get an instant gratification of the quality of work which you do. You just code, you save, you refresh, and then everything you just see on your screen. So upon hearing him, I actually realized that yes, this is something even I wanted to do, and even I wanted to closely work with the users, and even I wish to get an instant feedback from them. So it was then when I realized that yes, definitely I am on the right track, and I really want to explore more in this field. So yes, of course, my journey was not simple, and I had to face a lot of challenges in it. So, the first thing, as I lacked the prior coding experience, as I already told you, that I come from a non computer science background. And the second thing which actually I faced is that at that point in time, I got placed in TCS and I was working professionally as well. So it was difficult for me to manage time, and I really had to juggle in between working professionally at my work and then looking into my new area of interest. So yeah, that was one of the major things. And the third, I think most of us here must have faced this. We all have fought this imposter syndrome. Even I have faced this during my journey. Most of the time when I actually started to learn, I felt at one point in time that no, I cannot do this. I think this is I do not have the potential, or I do not have the capability to do. So, but then I invested a lot of time to get away with imposter syndrome. And of course, I was working at that time and I was getting paid. Though the work which I was doing during that time did not interest me, it was not even satisfying either. But of course, I had a decent life. So it was actually what I would say, it was very difficult for me to make a decision, to come out of that comfort zone and to venture into a new world which I was not aware of. So but then yes, I was somewhat determined, and I wanted to learn front end. I wanted to explore in this field. But then the question is, I have to do something to learn those things. So I have to understand what are all things that I need to learn. So then I came across these things that I have to learn HTML, CSS, JavaScript, frameworks, this, that, and whatnot. But yes, of course, I was overwhelmed at that time. But then yeah, every problem has a solution. Even I had a solution, and I did plan something for it. So yes, I started small and easy. So since I did not have any prior knowledge in coding, so my first focus was to learn programming. And of course, eventually I wanted to be a front end engineer, so I focused more on JavaScript and JavaScript concepts. So I started with very basic structures like numbers, strings, arrays, objects, loops, and then when I was comfortable with all those concepts, I then moved on to utility methods, which are associated with arrays like maps, filters, reduce, etc. But that technically does not make me a front end engineer. Of course, I have to learn more front end related stuffs. So for web applications and all, I took a reference from W3 schools, wherein I started to learn the basics of JavaScript, HTML, CSS, etc. Yes, and after that, I moved on to learn CSS, because CSS, as we all know, that in front end it is very important. And of course, you cannot add that beauty to an application without using CSS. So then onwards, I started to learn some CSS properties, and I actually invested a lot of time in learning the CSS layout systems like Flexbox. And once I was a bit confident with that, I started to learn more about web APIs like fetch, network calls, and etc. See, my goal in all these things is that every day or every time I just wanted to solve some small problems, just to build my confidence and to keep a track of my progress. So what I did in my journey is that I started to build some small applications. Like it's already there that I built some two-player games, or just a simple shopping cart wherein you can just load your products, and then you can just add that items in the item cart, etc. So yeah, these were some of the things which I did in my journey. But the most important thing which I could able to do it, or I found that point very useful, is that I took an incremental approach to learning. So what exactly that means? So, see, I'll tell you that you do not have to be an expert, in HTML or CSS or JavaScript to become a front end engineer. On the contrary, what you can do is you can learn a little bit of JavaScript, you can learn a little bit of HTML or CSS, and then you come back to the same point, and then you start again incrementally by by adding some little knowledge of HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and then you can reach to a particular milestone. And I think this was one of the reason I felt bit confident, and I really felt that yes, I'm doing a decent progress, and I am very much confident with whatever I'm learning or whatever I'm going to learn in future. So yes, incremental approach, I think it was one of the most important thing which helped me in my journey. So what is next? Of course, I had to learn some frameworks or libraries. So, what I came to know is that in JavaScript, we have so many frameworks, we have so many libraries, we have Angular, we have React, we have Vue, and whatnot. But the problem was that I did not have the luxury to invest in all these frameworks to decide which one to choose. Rather, at that point in time, I had to be a bit objective, or you can say practical, to choose which one to pick. And after a lot of discussions around, I chose React. Now the thing is, of course, I'm also going to explain you some other reasons for which I chose React. So yes, there were so many reasons. So the first reason is React is ubiquitous. Now, React is used everywhere. I think in large proportion. In, of course, in our software engineering part, you can see React is used everywhere. Even I see my brother, my colleagues in office, everywhere. Their expertise is mostly around in React. So I thought, why not? Let's give it a try. Why not learn React? So yes, after that point in time, I started to learn React. So I went through the documentation, and I tried to understood the concepts. I tried to understood why it is happening, or what is the concept behind it, and all those things. And once I was a bit confident in that, I realized that yes, of course, React has relatively an easier learning curve. So yeah, and of course I would say that this was one of the reason, or you can say that it just pushed me that yes, I can do and I can go ahead with React. So of course, now the third point is expansive and great community. The thing is, anything you want to learn, you definitely need to have a great community around. So as you can see that the React ecosystem is booming, and the community has always been very supportive. And actually what I would say, that actually gave me the courage that if any time I get stuck at any point, I would definitely get that desired help from my community, definitely, without any doubt. So yeah, that also motivated me to choose and go ahead with React. And I was at that point in time, I think I was very much comfortable, and I thought that yes, this is the good decision which I took. And of course, the most important thing is compensation. So as I told you, I did not have a choice, and I was taking all my decisions practically. So of course, compensation plays an important aspect to it. So what I came to know, or what I saw even, is that the React jobs are in great demand actually. And I saw people are actually looking for React jobs. Very big companies, my friends at different companies, they work in React on a regular basis. So I think if I combine all these points together, I was very much convinced that yes, I mean, React is my calling, and I really want to do something in this field, and I of course belong to this place. So yes, of course, how can I forget about my React India 2019? It was, I think, one of the most amazing experiences that I have ever had. So React India 2019 was actually held in Goa at that time, I remember. And I attended this conference with my brother. He was actually he was giving, or he had a speech, something he was talking over there. So I just attended that. So yes, I what I want to say is that React India 2019 has definitely helped me in a lot of ways, which actually made my decision easier as to why should I choose React. So yeah, that was the most important thing, and I would definitely be thankful to React India 2019. I saw actually there many people. I would definitely call them intelligent people, who had come from different parts of the country to share their ideas, their views, their experience. And of course, it takes a lot of courage, it takes a lot of confidence. And honestly, I was very happy seeing them. And in turn, I was motivated, and I was like, okay, this is, even I want to do something like this, like in new future. So yes, and apart from that, I actually even got a chance to interact with those people who had come from different parts, and I would definitely thank them, because whatever I am today, I think a small contribution has been there. There has been some part, they have helped me a lot throughout this journey. So yes, and the most important thing, community, as I already told you, that the React community has always been very helpful. It has always been very supportive. So I remember when I attended React India 2019, I saw many people around me who were actually just like me, who had just started their journey into front end engineering, and they wanted to learn more and they wanted to explore more in this field. So it was at that point in time that I realized that, of course, I'm not out of this place. I mean, this is okay. I belong to this place. So this is also one of the important thing which helped me to decide that I should definitely go ahead with React and pursue it as my career. So yeah, so taking inspiration from my family, to improving coding skills, to attending React India, all together these things contributed me in my decision to be a UI developer. So after that point in time, I started my preparations and I started to give interviews. It was not easy, definitely it was not easy for me, but yeah, but that did not deter me. And by continuous effort, today here I am speaking with you all uh, at React Meetup. And yeah, thank you for your patient hearing. And I hope you like my talk. Thank you. And of course, thank you, Kiran, for giving me this opportunity to come and share my experience on this platform. So yeah, thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.